wanted to take this opportunity to introduce you to somebody. There's a new dummy that's going to be hanging out at the range now. And no, I know what you're thinking. I did not buy a mirror. It's actually this guy. This is a three-dimensional rubber dummy from rubberdummies.com. And it's a heavy target. Just the rubber piece alone, I believe, weighs 40 pounds. Now, a target like this is really a range investment. And it has so many uses, whether it be for training, for personal protection, for competitive shooting, whatever it is that you do. If you want a 3D anatomically correct target that you're not going to have to replace each time, this seems like a pretty good option. Now, it's made of a really thick, dense rubber material, and supposedly this thing can take in excess of 5,000 rounds before it needs to be replaced. So it's really a long-term investment. And as far as being sensitive to calibers, for anything from 17 HMR up to 50 BMG, I've actually witnessed people shooting it with myself, and the damage, if you can even see it, is so minimal, it's unbelievable. Now, of course, the larger the caliber that you use and the more centered your shot group is, for instance, if all you shoot is 50 BMG and you put everything right into the heart, well, you're going to have some problems in this area before most people will experience the same thing. But that's only common sense. But as far as shooting it with any caliber, it doesn't seem to be caliber specific at all. So let's do a little bit of shooting on it, and I want to introduce you to a couple features. Hopefully I can hit them while we're shooting, and then I'll give you a tour all the way around them. So let's do that. Let's start with a pistol, and you had to know that I wasn't going to start with anything less than a 33 round standard capacity Glock magazine. Just 115 grain ball ammo. How cool is that? Isn't that cool? It reminds me of the shoot and see targets where you can see your impact immediately without magnification or anything like that. It showed up really well. If you look when we zoom in, the little tiny holes where you can see them, I mean, tiny I guess is a good description, but it opens up paint an area larger than a quarter. It looks a little larger than a quarter. Now this is something that's really cool. To correct that, to reset, spray paint. In this case, we've got white primer. And that's usually all it takes. But because my backstop is white coroplast and white on white doesn't work for me, I'm using tan. It is camouflage sand. And we're all ready to go again. Now something real interesting about these is the bullet passes straight through. So there's not going to be any ricochet hazard that's unrelated to your backstop. And that allows you to train close. So if you're doing really close drills, you can be right up here and it's not going to be any problem at all. If we were running at 3 yards, a failure drill, no problem. No sweat. You don't have to worry about training too close, which is something that you probably wouldn't do with a steel target. Of course, the majority of stuff that we shoot at this facility is a little bit faster than that Glock 17. A lot more like that. So pistols and submachine guns obviously are not going to be a problem to this thing, but we also shoot a lot of rifle caliber rounds. Let's go back a little bit. I don't want to go back too far, because the closer we are to this thing, the more apt to be damaging I think we're going to be to it. But let's put a few 5.56 rounds into this, and then let's take a look at it front and back and see what it looks like. Let's try a headshot. I don't know, maybe two, with my little BCI Defense 5.56 rifle. I think that was a hit. We're already here, let's shoot a few more. Let's go take a look. That's awesome. Now we took a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots on it. We had a couple in the melon, and as you could see, the mist actually worked really well, and I could see it really clearly from 30 yards away. That's really cool. Now take a look at the back. Even the back of this thing it looks fine. It's got a couple little pinholes through it, and but the material is so dense. So heavy, I can see where it would last a long time, and we're going to put it through its paces out here on a regular basis. I enjoy shooting this. Now, as you can tell, we like reactive targets anyway, whether it be binary explosives or steel targets. We've been using both of those for years and years and years. And swinging targets, and some of the steel targets move, some are stationary, some throw a clay pigeon up in the air for doing a shotgun stage. There's just a lot of neat stuff that you can do with them, and we really enjoy them. And these things, this rubber dummy is absolutely going to add a new dimension to that. Now, it wouldn't be fair for me not to mention where I found these. I found them actually because we have some new testing coming up. We're going to be doing some testing on the Premier body armor, and it's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be testing and talking about armor-piercing ammo, as well as what it takes to make good armor to defeat that. And we had the rubber dummy suggested to us as a target holder for the body armor, something that it would conform to properly and give us better readings on how the body armor performs. And that was my friend Jason over at Big Daddy Hoffman 1911. They're a really good bunch of guys over there. And contrary to what a lot of people may believe, most of the content creators online don't view one another as competitors, but more as co-workers. Everybody that I've met in this world, without any exception so far, have been really nice, fantastic people. And I think that's probably why you see so many channels referring people to watch other channels to learn things. Because all of us have our own kind of specialty, our own avenue. And we regularly call upon each other to get information about things that are in somebody else's lane. And it's really nice. It works out great for everybody. We get to learn, and then we get to share that information with those of you that come to see us on a regular basis. So it's a cool thing. So I hope you enjoyed this introduction to the rubber dummy targets. You're going to see them around the range an awful lot more in future videos. If you did, please click like, share us with your friends in your vast social media universe. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and make sure that you click notify so they tell you when we upload a new video. Visit our family over on Patreon. That gives you a little bit more control over what's happening here, as well as some neat perks that we offer. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/guntestvids. And of course, you can buy my book, The Evolution of the Black Rifle, either at Amazon or in one of the links that I have below to get an author special edition or a personalized one. And we'll have links for these rubber dummies in the description below the video as well. Until next time, have fun and be safe.